Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ifeok. I'm the owner of MAD Collection. If you're new here, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. If you're not new here, welcome back guys. So it's going to be a chit chat video today. I'm going to be mentioning 7 things I wish I knew before I set my clothing brand. And those things I literally still use them till now because it's a non-ending journey or process, the things I'm going to be mentioning. So there's no order of priority on the things I'm going to be mentioning, so I'm just going to say them as it not comes to mind because I've got them written down on my phone. So I'm just going to be going through the list and just letting you know the 7 things I wish I knew before I started my clothing brand. So a bit of a backstory. I opened my Etsy store so I started on Etsy first before I got my website. So my website runs on Shopify, an e-commerce platform, if you do not know that already. So my Etsy store was opened back in 2015, I think around towards the end of the year of 2015, but I didn't really have anything on there until I think January of 2016. I did not have my first order until I think it was February, March of that same year, and I was literally doing backflip. Like, someone I did not know actually ordered from me. I was super excited, and I can remember what the order was. It was a midi skirt, a black plain midi skirt. So at the time when I opened my Etsy store, I was working a 9-to-5 job. So I was just doing everything else relating to my brand in the evenings or weekends. And it wasn't like something I was going to take full time. It was a side gig at the time. So when I come back from my corporate 9-to-5 job, I would usually when I get orders in, I would usually make everything myself. So when I started the brand, I was usually literally doing everything myself, from getting things onto the site. I used to do some of the modeling myself before I found friends that could model for me. Putting all the pictures on there, like literally everything, buying the fabric, designing it, cutting it out, sewing everything, putting the zipper on, packaging it, posting it. I was literally doing everything from end to end when I started my business. So I would know in detail how the brand works. Anyways, so 2016, beginning of 2016, I got my first order, and afterwards it was just like one order every week or one order every 2 weeks. Like, it wasn't a lot. And then I started getting a bit more traffic to my Etsy store, and then fast forward to 2018, I opened my website. So my website runs on Shopify, like I said before, and it was quite a struggle trying to drive traffic to my website, because on Etsy they would usually drive the traffic to you. People are coming to search, and then your shop pops up and they find something. But the chances that someone would just find your website wasn't happening. So I had to look for ways to like drive traffic to my website at the time when I opened. But so I started learning how to run Google ads, Facebook and Instagram ads. We had a bit more social media presence, so I was more on Facebook and Instagram, throwing content everywhere and then trying to link back to my website. So that's how I managed to get traffic to my website before it got to how it is right now. The background of how my journey with MAD Collection started, and also just to mention, I started doing this full time in November of 2020. I'll get into that video. I'll get into that whole discussion in a later video, but just for the purpose of this video, 7 things I wish I knew before I started my clothing brand. First thing is consistency, guys. When you start anything, the chances that things would go according to how you want it to go it doesn't always happen. So you have to be consistent. Even when it looks like nothing is happening, just keep at it, because it just takes one time for something to happen, and then people realize, oh, this brand exists. So that's how it was. So I was posting content every day on social media. Even when I get like 2 likes, I would still post more the next day. If I don't get any order at all, I was still posting like no man's business. So consistency, you have to show up for yourself, you have to show up for the brand. Even making outfits, so designing collection, for there's always a collection coming up, because obviously you have to keep it nice and fresh. So that whole the whole trying to make sure there's something happening, there's new videos coming up, there's new pictures, or doing photo shoots. Even when I did not feel like, I was still on top of it. So that consistency is like, it's key. You have to be on top of it, because there's so much competition out there. Consistency is what's going to make you stand out. Consistency is what's going to get people to notice that you're there at the end of the day. So that's basically it. When you're running a website, you're going to be your own motivation, you're going to be your own cheerleader. So you need to be consistent in the journey, even when it feels like nothing is happening. As long as that's something you want to do, if that's what keeps you awake at night, then stay awake and make sure it works. The next thing is, you need to be loud. Guys, no matter how good your product is, if no one knows you exist, you're basically wasting your time. I'll say that again, and I'll say that for free. No matter how good your product is, if no one knows that you exist, then you're literally like, it's just a waste of time. So there's so many brands out there. Everybody is trying to make as much noise as possible to get noticed. And to be fair, there is so much room for everybody to grow, because do you know how many billions of people are in the world? So even if you've got like 5 people doing the same thing you're doing, you have to make the loudest noise for your brand to stand out. So brands like McDonald's or Coca-Cola or whatever, if the amount of ads they run, like they're all up in your face all the time. Even like clothing brands, there's some clothing brands that are all up in your face all the time. If you go on Google Ads, they're there. If you just mistakenly go on their website, every ad everywhere else you go to afterwards, they're literally staring you in your face. So you have to be loud, like running ads, making videos, posting content on social media, trying to get influencer marketing as well. Like everything you need to do, Pinterest, TikTok, all the social media platforms that you're able to get on, because the more people see you and the more you're in people's faces, when they actually decide, oh, I need to get an outfit today, or I've seen this brand a bit too much, let me just check out what they're about. That's where the whole making a lot of, like, you have to be louder for people to notice that you're there. So imagine someone walks in the room and there's nothing about what, like, how they look or who they are. The chances that people would notice is quite small. But imagine someone walks into a room and they're all loud, hi everyone, hey, 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 and like they're really, really loud. Then you're making noise. Also make sure that the product you're making noise with is quite good, because you cannot bring out substantial products and be loud about it, because you won't really get people to stay. So consistency, making noise with good quality products is very essential. Third thing I wish I knew when I started my brand is, do not be afraid to outsource. So like I said before, I was literally doing everything from designing the clothes to cutting it out to sourcing the fabric to making every stitch was basically made by myself. Ironing it after making it, packaging it, taking it to the post office, everything. Sorting out orders, like, I mean, everything. I was literally doing everything from end to end, and it was really draining, also having to do that with a full-time job and also with a baby at the time. Because I remember around that time when I had my first child, I had to put my Etsy store on holiday because I literally could not do anything. just fresh out of giving birth. So I literally put my store on holiday. So imagine if I had people working for me at the time, I would have still been able to carry on doing things, but that did not quite happen. So you need to be able to multiply yourself so that whether you're there or not, your business would still function. Even though it doesn't function as well as you'd expect it to be, things still need to happen. You can't do everything yourself because it's just hard work, man. So knowing how to outsource or delegate or get an assistant, it doesn't have to be someone that is a physical assistant. They also like virtual assistants as well these days. So that's something that is necessary to look into. And then the fourth thing I wish I knew when I started my brand, and even till now is still something I'm still working on till now, is you cannot please everyone. So as a clothing brand owner, and obviously have quite a lot of customers now, there are people that would order things and they just don't like it, or they leave reviews and you're like, really? I just spend so much time trying to get this collection designed or get this thing out to you as quickly as possible, and this is the kind of review you send in. You can't please everyone, even if you tried. Even like with the content we post on social media and all of that, there's still people that would come or send DMs just stuck in keyboard warriors basically. But yeah, you cannot please everybody. It's just normal. Even if you tried, you cannot please everybody. So the ones that are happy with what you're doing, good. The ones that are not happy with what you're doing, still good. Just let it slide. Right, so the fifth thing I wish I knew when I started my brand, and even till now, is you have to believe in yourself and in your product. So even when I opened my Etsy store the first time, and I just had like one sale once every week or every 2 weeks, I'm like, I still knew at the back of my mind that this is not all I could do. Like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing as much as I need to do. I could do better in trying to get people to copy things from my store and all of that. I had that conviction about myself and what I was putting out there, that I have a solid product. When it comes to sourcing fabrics, we use the best quality fabric out there in the market. Even trying to get everything designed, trying to get things sewn. Obviously, because it's mass produced, there are times you're going to get errors. Like with anything else, it cannot be perfection all the time because it's an actual human being sitting down and making the clothes. But when I say believe in your product, you have to know what you're putting out there. You have to, like, it's something I would wear, so I'm quite happy to put it out there for other people to wear and look good as well. So believing in yourself, believing in your product, I can do this, I can get this thing out there, just stand out and get something that people would fall in love with. I want someone to wear my clothes and they look at themselves and they're like, oh, wow. Or they get into a room and instantly everybody notices that someone has arrived. That's the kind of product I wanted to, and I still put out there, and I'm so sure that's what we're trying to get out there, and that's what we're aiming to do. So I did believe in what I was doing. I still do believe in what I'm doing. So that's something you have to have at the back of your mind when you're starting a business or doing a service product or service-based business. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in the product, or you have to believe in the quality of the service you're offering. Because if you do not believe in it, then the energy you're going to be putting out there would kind of show in what you're doing, and sometimes people can feel the energy and they might not want to buy into it. So you have to put the right energy out there. The sixth thing I wish I knew, well, and I still do that till now. So everything I've been saying are things I wish I knew then, and things I'm still trying to implement now, or things I'm implementing now, is you have to know how to plan and manage your time. Boy, how important is this? So, like I've said before, I started this while I was doing a full-time job. So, and coming back in the evenings to get my orders ready and get them packaged, like literally ready to post. So if I didn't have a good time management process in place, I would literally have been struggling. And at the time, I also had like I had my first child in 2018 and one just last year. I'm having to manage my time with being a full-time mom and also being a full-time business. At the end of the day, you want to go through all the things you set out to do that day to see how many things you've been able to do. And then before the day starts, you literally have a list of, like, I've got like Google Notes on my phone and I use like the checklist. So that's the app I use to go through for my personal consumption, things I would want to do that day. I also use my text message. I literally like text myself or text my second phone. List of things I want to do that day. I literally have a long ass to-do list, even though I most times don't go through half of it, but kind of like time box it and do according to the order of priority or how I want to get things done that day, and then just go through it. If not, the day would start and finish and you would not even have done anything. And when you've got like loads to do, only got 4 hours in a day, so you have to be able to manage your time effectively with personal life, business life. So everything is kind of interwoven, because with myself trying to manage a full-time business and the people I work with, trying to manage them and also trying to look after my babies as well, it's not the easiest thing to do. So I try to look for ways to manage my time properly so I'm able to effectively get things done and able to do things that would like add growth to my business. And I use notes. So I've got the notes. I think it comes with all phones. I've got the notes on my phone. I just write things there, or I also use a checklist, because then I'm able to check out the things I've done that day and go through the list at the end of the day and see all the things I've managed to do. And then with my team, we used to use an app called Asana. Well, not very, what's the word? We're not very consistent on it, because having to go there and update tasks and move tasks from to do to in progress and complete is not the easiest thing to do. So I usually we just have like a group on WhatsApp and just send messages every so often. Again, we're not consistent on that as well, because I literally just call up people when I need things. Can you do this now? Or can you do this whenever? Most times that's how it works, even though that's not very effective, but we kind of know how to get things going when we need to, especially when you've got like new collection, or you've got like photo shoot to do, or you've got like task to complete at a specific time. Because you know, like especially in the fashion industry, everything is kind of like within time. We've got summer collection, we've got autumn and spring collection, we've got a lot of things happening at the same time, so you have to be able to know how to manage your time effectively to get things out and done when it needs to be there. So that's one thing I wish I knew and still do now with running my clothing brand. And then the 7th thing is self-care. You can get so caught up with doing, acting, like trying to get things out there, trying to get things done. But sometimes it's okay to just stop, breathe, like just take a breath and just see how far you've come and how much things you've done, and how you still need to reflect on what you have to do, but then just able to just rest sometimes and put your feet up and not do anything work related is actually very important. Because there are times that I literally have to tap myself and say, babe, you need to chill, because now you're overdoing it. Like you have to come to the consciousness of, I won't say I'm a workaholic, but I love what I'm doing. So so self-care is very important, just for your mental capability, whatever it is, physical, spiritual, whatever, everything. You just have to be able to pause and just chill and take it all in and just reflect or meditate, whatever you need to do. You have to be able to just chill and rest sometimes, and just know that work doesn't finish. you have to be able to rest every now and then. Enjoy the journey. That's my motto. So that's the 7 things I've got listed on today. Let me know if you've got anything else that you can add to it. I know there's like so many things when it comes to running a business that you need to implement to get things going, or to grow your business in different ways. But this I've just so this video is not too long, I've just kind of limited them to 7 things. If there's anything that I've missed, or if there's anything that you'd usually implement in your business or in your personal life or in your personal space, leave that in the comment section down below. If you've liked this video, if you've liked this content, please remember to click the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not already subscribed. You can share this video with your family or friends, or with anyone that'll be interested in this kind of content, and I would see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.